Yo, it made how much power? I put a $100 turbo on my 1969 MGB on a quest to see if we can double its horsepower without tearing into the motor at all. From the factory, this thing was rated at 95 horsepower. Well, base horsepower, which is measured at the crank. To the wheels, it only made about 65. So to successfully double its horsepower, we're shooting for 130 horsepower to the wheels. Why? Well, because I'm tired of going to car shows. Not because I don't like car shows, but in a world full of instant gratification and ADHD, most car builds nowadays are just boring. I'm just tired of seeing the same things over and over. Woo! BRZ, woo! 325i. I have friends with a lot of those cars and they're super fun to drive and they're awesome, but I like cars with some character. I think a car is an extension of your personality. And I don't know what that says about me, but I guess you can leave that in the comments. And today's the day where we find out if our Frankenstein build successfully doubled this little MGB's horsepower. Oh, that's some rust. Nothing like some tetanus in the morning. Today, we're gonna find out exactly how much boost this MGB will make, how much it'll hold, how much horsepower it puts down on the dyno, and I pray to God that this car will make it home. Because I'm driving it there, and hopefully driving it back. Oh no, we blew something! It's smoking bad too. And now with all that said, let's see if we can turn that piece of garbage into a slightly faster piece of garbage. So let me give you a quick rundown on what we did to this car before sending it to the gulag. So you got wire wheels, discs up front, the rear brakes are completely disconnected. Check it out, the inside's pretty clean. I got it on Facebook for like $1,000. You see it's got the hatchback. Don't look at that. We need to cover that up. As you can see, our entire build is rigged, we'll say. Carbureted still. That is the fun part. I had always wanted to turbocharge a carbureted engine, and it is as easy as I thought it would be. We got eBay parts all over the place with our intake piping, blow-off valve, and everything else. It's not intercooled. I should probably add an intercooler before I blow it up, but it'll be all right. For fuel, we are running a Holley fuel pressure regulator and fuel pump. It goes to like 60 PSI and it's absolutely perfect for this. I'll put the link in the description. More eBay parts in the exhaust and some homemade anti-lag, which you guys should have seen in the last video if you've been hanging around. She has not been cranked up in almost a month. So this should be fun. We're gonna give her the best chance we can with some starting fluid. Hopefully she'll crank right up. Almost. Yeah! Aw. If you're new here, this is Oversteer, where we take completely stock engines and we cram them full of boost until they blow. Go! All right, guys, let's get this thing on the dyno. Now let's get this thing on the dyno. Alright guys, so it is breaking up bad once it hits like 4,000 RPM / 12, 13 pounds of boost. It is really, really not good. So I'm hoping my plugs are just fouled out and I can put some new ones in it and we'll be a-okay. So we're on the way to O'Reilly's right now. I'm gonna swap out the plugs in the parking lot and test it while we are driving to the dyno and hope that it actually holds. Perfect. We got fresh plugs, we're gapping it for boost, and octane booster because I really don't want to blow a head gasket for the 10th time. You know what, let's actually take a little detour so we can do a little bit of testing. I mean, I'd hate for this thing to blow up on their dyno, so it's only right to test it and make sure it's not going to blow up at Redline before I get there. So, I mean, let's give her a few beans. There might have been a few too many beans. I locked the steering out completely. might have just blown something. It's smoking bad too. Oh my God. All right, I looked at it, all is good. I think it's safe to say that it's not gonna blow up on the dyno. There's no way they're gonna send it as hard as I just did on that dyno. Let's get it. Guys, it is still breaking up a little bit when I get into high boost, but when it's in full throttle and it catches right, it feels like it has the same power as when it's running perfect. So I'm not worried about it, but we're on the way to the dyno. Let's see how much power she makes. All right, John, how much power do you think she's gonna make? What's your prediction?
145.
145? No, this thing, no way. She's not running perfect. Dang, that's loud. I think she'll make a solid 137 today. That's my gander.
Have a little faith.
I don't have a lot in the way. This carburetor's being a little funny right now. So, 137, 145. I'll be happy if we get 145, but let's find out.
We'll see.
I hope it doesn't damage the chrome. Well, I mean, this thing's covered in rust. Probably not gonna make a difference.
And if you're worried about a scratch, I'm sorry.
What are you talking about? This thing is pristine. Right off the showroom floor. It does that. That was her first pull, and this is the first time I've been on a dyno where someone else is hitting the accelerator, and he's having fun figuring out all of her kinks and how to get it to rev halfway smoothly. So, it did not catch the last one. It must have been hooked up wrong or something. So, we're gonna run it again and see what she does. Hey, we got, is that 150?
Oh my.
Yeah! And it didn't blow up yet, so let's do it again. Bro, she sounds wicked.
That was 143. Dude, that's the craziest graph.
Did you have to switch between like both barrels?
Oh yeah,
like half and full.
I was trying to play with it because it won't do it.
That's the only way to do it, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
until I fix whatever's wrong with it.
Well, you got 150.
Yeah.
Beat mine. 145.
I thought 135.
143 on it.
Yeah. Yeah, right. That graph is crazy.
Because I was like this the whole time. Oh, really? Like trying to keep it going.
You got it to catch though again at the high RPM, which is good.
I got it to catch really good on the first one. Yeah. I couldn't get it to go after that.
And holy crap, we did it! And it drove home. I cannot believe it. I did not think she'd make 150 horsepower given the way that it's running, but it was running. When it did catch correctly, it did feel like it had as much power as when it's running perfectly. But I would say with this setup, we have maxed it out. Now, we did a very similar build with a larger turbo and a larger carb hat and the same cylinder head on the blue one, if anybody else saw that, the one that we built on Instagram that kind of started all this. That one made 160 on the dyno with, like I said, a larger carb hat, a slightly larger turbo, and probably a slightly better flowing exhaust manifold. But I think it's fair to say that this is the max that we can push through this carburetor and turbo setup. I do think that 160 was the max that we could run with this. I was gonna say comfortably, but this is not running comfortably. And fellas, I have a really big announcement that I'm about to show you, but first I just have to say none of this would be possible without the help of British Parts Northwest. They've helped out with parts on this build as well as other builds, and we have a daily Instagram series too on installing all of these parts on here and testing and everything else that we don't put in the long form videos. So check that out. It's on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. But seriously, British Parts Northwest has made all this possible, and they're wonderful to work with. They have really good prices, fast shipping, and they're family owned, and their support is insane. I've called them up because I had a question about some parts before. They answered immediately and said, oh yeah, you just got to do this, this, and that. You cannot find a company like that you can just call up. British Parts Northwest actually cares about your car and your build, and they want to earn your business. They gave us a 10% off code for anybody that follows Oversteer. Go check them out. They are awesome. I cannot speak highly enough of the guys at British Parts Northwest. So use the code, support the family-owned American business. Now, the announcement. I lied. I actually have 3 announcements. 1, I'm getting a haircut because this afro is not gonna stick around. 2, I have had this on the shelf for quite a while. It was gonna go in the blue MG and then I blew it up. Sniper EFI 2-barrel is going on our turbo MG, and we're gonna do a dyno test with EFI with the same turbo setup and see if you can actually make more power with EFI, and if so, how much? And is it actually more reliable? How hard is it to set up? Is it easy to keep tuned? Because I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on the internet, so I'm on a mission to figure out exactly what the deal is and how well the sniper setup works. And third announcement, one of the next videos is going to be a full breakdown of parts and prices on this exact build, in case you are stupid enough to try and do this yourself. So if you want to see us turbocharge more engines that have no business having turbochargers on them, hit subscribe. And with that said, don't be an NPC, finish your project car, and go oversteer something. See you guys next time.